Namaskar. Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita. Kathamritam tapta jeevanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham shravanamangalam Srimadaadatam bhuvi grunantiye bhurida janaha. Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita Pratham Bhag Pancham Khundo. We are starting the fifth section today and the first chapter, Pratham Pariched of the fifth section. This is not a very big section. It is just about couple of chapters in this, and not even couple of, just two chapters, Pratham and Video, and then this section also comes to an end. Actually, this is a small portion of visit of some more Brahmo devotees to Sri Ramakrishna. And this is about Dakshineshwar Kalibarite Srijukt Amrut, Srijukt Trailokya Prabhuti Brahma Bhakter Sange Kothopokothan. Conversation with the Brahmo devotees Amrita and Trailokya and other Brahmos at Kali temple at Dakshineshwar. So they have all come to visit Sri Ramakrishna, and the first chapter starts. First chapter is regarding Sri Ramakrishna's Samadhi. He has entered into Samadhi, and that's what Sri M is describing. While these Brahmo devotees have come to visit Sri Ramakrishna, M of course is also there. So, Pratham Pariched Samadhi Mandire. And this particular chapter M starts directly narrating the proceedings happening there at Sri Ramakrishna's room in Dakshineshwar Kali Mandir. Algoner Krishna Panchami Tithi is the fifth day of the dark fortnight, Krishna Paksha, Krishna Panchami Tithi of Falgun month. Now, this Falgun month is it comes sometimes around March, February, March. So this is the Bengali date that Sri M has given, and the English date is Bruhospatibar 16 Chaitra, the 16th day of Chaitra. Now there is some kind of overlapping in the as per the Indian calendar, as per the Bengali calendar. So although he has mentioned initially it is fifth day of the dark fortnight, Krishna Panchami Tithi, and next he mentions is Bruhospatibar Sholo Chaitra. That is the 16th Chaitra. There is in the Indian calendars there is some overlapping of the month, although the dates they kind of remain the same. As per the English calendar, the Gregorian calendar, it is Ingraji 29 March 1883 Christabdo. And as per the English calendar, the date happens to be 29th March 1883. Again, it is a Thursday. So, again, another Thursday, these Brahmo devotees, they have specifically come on the working day so that there is not much of a crowd. Only a few people who are very close to Sri Ramakrishna, they will be visiting Dakshineshwar, they will be visiting Kali Mandir, and they will be spending time with Sri Ramakrishna. Only very select few close disciples. So, মধ্যাহ্নে ভোজনের পর ভগবান শ্রী রামকৃষ্ণ কিঞ্চিৎ বিশ্রাম করিতেছেন. Afternoon lunch is over, and Sri Ramakrishna is taking rest in his room after the lunch. Dakshineshwar Kalibadir সেই পূর্ব পরিচিত ঘর, same familiar room of Sri Ramakrishna. There is a big cot, there is a small cot, and Sri Ramakrishna, while talking to the devotees, he normally sits on that small cot, and the devotees sit on the floor, and uh, on the western side, where that western semicircular veranda, the porch is there, that typical semicircular veranda. Just as you look out, you see that beautiful Ganges flowing. On the eastern side, as you look from Sri Ramakrishna's room, you will find Kali Mandir, Radha Gobind temple, that Nat Mandir, and all the and that portion and the chant. I mean, the open space between Sri Ramakrishna's room and the Kali Mandir. So that typical shape, Purva Purichit Ghor, the same old familiar room of Sri Ramakrishna. That is the location of this meeting happening with devotees and Sri Ramakrishna. সম্মুখে পশ্চিম দিকে গঙ্গা. We have seen that on the western side of Sri Ramakrishna's room, as devotees just peep out of the door, they will see beautiful, serene Mother Ganges flowing across the Sri Ramakrishna's room. Chaitra Masher Gunga. Now, this is the, I mean, being the month of the Chaitra, the Ganga is absolutely full water, and merrily Mother Ganges, the water is flowing. বেলা 2টার সময়ে জয়ার আসিতে আরম্ভ হইয়াছে. The time is around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the flood tide is just, it has just begun, the flood tide. So the intensity of the waves and the water flowing is going to be much higher, much stronger. So that is the background of Sri Ramakrishna's room and what is happening outside the western door of Sri Ramakrishna's room. Sri M has slightly given a hint, not in details, but typical of his narrative, because M has a poetic way of writing. So he also he makes us aware of surroundings that are going to happen during that conversation on that day. So that is how he has built up the scenario for us. So we can very well imagine, okay, it is the month of March, the Chaitra, and devotees are sitting, going to sit rather, at in Sri Ramakrishna's room, and as they watch out, as they look out from the western door, have a glance, they can see the beautiful Ganges, and being the afternoon time, it is just about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. The flood tide has just started. So the water is merrily playing as the Mother Ganges is flowing. Bhaktera pihu pihu oshiachen. A few, some devotees, they have come. মধ্যে রামভক্ত শ্রীযুক্ত অমৃত ও মধুর কণ্ঠ শ্রীযুক্ত ত্রৈলোক্য, তিনি কেশবের ব্রাহ্ম সমাজে ভাগবত লীলা গুণগান করিয়া আবার বৃদ্ধের কতবার মন হরণ করিয়াছেন. And Sri Ramakrishna has just finished his rest after the afternoon lunch, and the devotees have started coming to his room. A few devotees have come, and among those few devotees, Sri M mentions that two Brahmo devotees, Srijuk Amrut and Madhur Kuntu, the great singer, Srijuk Vilok, যিনি কেশবের ব্রাহ্ম সমাজে, who Trilokya, in Keshav Chandra Sen's Brahmo Samaj, Bhagavad Leela Gungan Kuriya, having sung the glories of the Divine Lord, Bhagavad Leela Gunagan Kuriya, Abal Bruddher Kotobar Mon Horon Kuriyachen. So many times. In the old times, he has mesmerized. He has just calmed the minds of young and old devotees who frequent the Brahmo Samaj with his singing. Beautiful singer. And of course, I mean, Sri Ramakrishna himself, a wonderful singer, a celestial singer. I mean, in fact, celestial singers can even be a little bit down as compared to Sri Ramakrishna's singing. And Trilokya also is a great singer. So, Sri Ramakrishna meeting with Trailokya, it is going to be a wonderful listening of singing the Lord's glories, of the Mother's glories. Now, what has happened? You're all sitting. Rakhaler Oshuk, Rakhal Maharaj, who is going to be the great Swami Brahmanandaji, he is a bit unwell that day, and Sri Ramakrishna's nervousness, anxiety for his beloved child being not well. এই কথা Sri Ramakrishna ভক্তদের বলিতেছেন, and Sri Ramakrishna starts talking to all these devotees who have gathered about nothing but Rakhal is not well, about Rakhal's illness, and Sri Ramakrishna is extremely worried, extremely anxious how to get him well, how to get his beloved. Now Rakhal is a spiritual son of Sri Ramakrishna. Look at his greatness. That Thakur, Sri Ramakrishna and our Ma, they consider Rakhal to be their own spiritual son. That is what Divine Mother had indicated to Sri Ramakrishna. And on this particular thing, let us get back to away from the Ramakrishna Kathamrita and take an instance from the Gospel of Holy Mother. Holy Mother Ma had once said that when Sri Ramakrishna was performing sadhana in Panchvati, he saw a young boy. He saw a young boy coming to him, and he was wonderstruck. He said, I mean, Sri Ramakrishna, he was never going to have that relationship with his wife so as to get a biological son. And Sri Ramakrishna, in wonderment, he asked his divine mother, "Yes, Ma, what is this? What are you showing me? How is it possible?" And uh, the divine mother told Sri Ramakrishna, "He is your son. Make him to be your son. He is going to be your son." And then Sri Ramakrishna said, when first time Rakhal came to Dakshineshwar, Sri Ramakrishna had recognized that face that he had seen in the vision. That Divine Mother had given him that vision of who is going to be your spiritual son. Of course, Sri Ramakrishna had so many spiritual children, but Rakhal was a gem among them. And after that young boy came to Sri Ramakrishna asked him, "What is your name?" And Sri Ramakrishna had this feeling that this boy is a childhood friend of Sri Krishna. One of those cowherd boys who used to play with Sri Krishna. He's one among them. He is not an ordinary soul. That boy whom Divine Mother has shown me to be my spiritual son. He is not an ordinary son. He is from that realm. He is from the realm of Vrindavan, playmate, a bosom friend of Sri Krishna. And then when Sri Ramakrishna asked him, "What is your name?" he said, "Rakhal." Rakhal is a cowherd, the one who tends to cows, who takes care of cows, like Sri Krishna. And the moment he told his name, Rakhal, Sri Ramakrishna said, "Yeah, now what mother had said, it makes sense. You are that boy." So this is the story Ma has also narrated one of her devotees, disciples in the Gospel of Holy Mother. Now let us get back to Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna is extremely worried that Rakhal is unwell. So he starts, "এই কথা Sri Ramakrishna ভক্তদের বলিতেছেন." He is telling the same thing. He is talking to say about same thing to all these devotees who have come. Now, Sri Ramakrishna. Hey, dekho, just see Rakhaler Oshuk, how unwell Rakhal is. He's not well. He's extremely worried. सोडा खेले कि भालो होएगा? Huh? Will soda water give him some relief? Now, Thakur is only worried how my Rakhal will feel better, how he will get relief. So Sri Ramakrishna asks all these devotees who have come like a child. With that all that childlike attitude, he doesn't know what is to be done. So he's asking them, if we give soda water to Rakhal, will that give a good result? Will that relieve him? Will that make him better? Will that be of any help? Ki hobe bapu? Sri Ramakrishna says, I don't know. Oh Lord, what will happen? He's not well. See, look at this motherly affection Sri Ramakrishna had for all his children. And even today, he gets worried when one of us is not in the right mood, in the right spirit, not in the right health. He gets worried, no doubt about it. And Sri Ramakrishna is saying that Ki hobe bapu, what will happen? Oh my God, he's so worried. Akhal, তুই জগন্নাথের প্রসাদ খা. Then Sri Ramakrishna says his ultimate remedy for all these problems. He says, Rakhal, you better you take this prasad of the Jagannath temple, of the temple of Jagannath Puri. Some of this Jagannath's prasad. So that is how now Sri Ramakrishna somehow he wants his Rakhal to get well. Maybe he asked the devotees whether soda water will help him, but his ultimate remedy, he says, Rakhal, you take this prasad of Jagannath Puri, Lord Jagannath, that temple, and that's how now Sri Ramakrishna is going to express his concern. He is expressing his worry, he is expressing his anxiety, and he has offered a solution to Rakhal that maybe having some prasad of Lord Jagannath will bring some relief to you. So that is our today's reading from the first chapter of the fifth section. We will stop here today, and with that we will complete this first chapter in our next reading. So till then, Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaaya. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swami.